Dobre dan, my dear DLD friends. How are you? I can't hear anything. But you are clapping, but it's on me to clap because Belgrade is just wonderful, isn't it? We love the energy, the dynamics, the amazing, inspirative, great people here in Belgrade. We love the architecture. We love the bookshops. We love the digital companies. We love the galleries. We love the parks. It's an amazing city with amazing people, with amazing companies. And I have to say, I didn't know it since half a year. But now I'm infiltrated with the Belgrade virus. Thank you for having DLD here in this amazing location. Somehow, isn't it a contradiction to have a digital conference in an archaeology museum? But it's not. I think so also, because one of the mottos of DLD is connect the unexpected. And this is what we do here. DLD stands for Digital Life and Design. And 15 years ago, almost 15 years ago, I founded this little conference. And then, 15 years ago, some of you only have been in kindergarten then, there were no Wi-Fi, there were no, almost I said fax was there, but Wi-Fi, social media, this was not there. 2009, for example, to give you an idea of what DLD is, we had a young man at DLD 2009 in Munich. He was very shy, he hardly could speak on stage. His face was a little bit with puberty, and he was very nice, and he was very, very driven. And he said, now I only have 2 million users, but I will increase them. Guess who he was? 2009 at DLD in Munich, it was Mark Zuckerberg. Now he has more than 2 billion users, as you probably know. Or a young singer in the same year, she was very shy, but she was driven, as Mark Zuckerberg was driven. She sang at DLD in the Haus der Kunst in Munich. She gave a great performance, and afterwards she wrote me a letter. Thank you, Steffi. This was wonderful being in this art gallery, performing there. I wish I can come back soon. I said, yes, maybe, yeah, why not? Guess who she was? Gaga, Lady Gaga. What do I want to tell you with this? I want to tell you DLD is always ahead of its time. I can go on with examples like Gaga and Zuckerberg, Jan Koum, Sheryl Sandberg, Ayanna Huffington. Many big legends of the so-called digital world have been at DLD very early on. And now we are in Belgrade. I think here is one of the big hotspots, future hotspots of our world. And you are the owners of these hotspots. You are the doers and the makers of these hotspots. And I really wish, and I will take care for it, that many more DLDs, the web summits, the great conferences, great DLD, a digital conference, come to Belgrade to explore this unique ecosystem. I envy you for, yeah, clap, please clap. To explore this amazing ecosystem. So dear guests, what brings us to Belgrade? The answer is twofold. The first reason is the very kind invitation of this impressive, wonderful Serbian Prime Minister, Ana Brnabić. I want to thank you at this very place to Rolf Dobelli, who invited me together with Ana Brnabić to his fabulous conference, Zurich Minds. Who of you is from Zurich Minds? Here you have to talk to everyone here. And I heard that Zurich Minds is coming in May to Belgrade. Bravo. Zurich Minds, another great conference. So Rolf connected us And I invited, of course, Ana Brnabić to Munich. At DLD Munich, the Prime Minister gave an honest, precise, and very passionate account of the state of digitalization in Serbia. The Prime Minister explained how she and her government, who of you is from the government? One. Two, that's not much. Many more government people should be here. She and her government were setting policies, initiatives into motion to seize the opportunities of digitalization with the goal of allowing the Serbian people and economy to leapfrog into a future-oriented economic and societal situation where Serbia can contribute actively to the economic strengths of Europe. I was very much taken by the focused and pragmatic drive behind this plan to transform the Serbian economy and society. So in March, I came to Serbia myself and visited some amazing companies and research institutions in Belgrade and Novi Sad, Nordios, Nikola Tesla Institute, Biosense Institute started. It was then, some months ago, that I truly realized the huge potential that the Serbian digital ecosystem has. Believe me, my friends, I have seen so many so-called digital hubs and innovation ecosystems in my time. But what I saw here during my 2-day visits really reminded me of the pioneering spirit of the early internet days in Silicon Valley and Tel Aviv. Where is Ruti Koren? Here she is. She is the founder and the president of DLD Tel Aviv. I really encourage you all to go with me to DLD Tel Aviv next September. It's an amazing conference. Here are maybe 200 people. Next year we will be maybe more. But in DLD Tel Aviv, how many did you have? What? Over 20,000. DLD Tel Aviv Festival. Please come to DLD Tel Aviv next September. Ruti is a very close friend of me. By the way, DLD is not a conference where you go in and go out. DLD is a community maker. If you've once been at DLD, you're part of a community. You belong to us. And we take care for you. We curate your ideas, your visions, your company. You can ask us with whom we should connect you. This is the DNA of DLD, to connect people, sometimes very unexpected, sometimes very successful. We even matched some marriages at DLD. We are good for this. So, the focus, the drive, the determination, and also the positive spirit, Ana Brnabić, of entrepreneurs, researchers, and government officials to really take advantage of the opportunities of digitalization in a joint effort, convinced me that Serbia will not be a blind spot on the global digital map, but a true hotbed. Working around Belgrade and Novi Sad, I realized another important factor for the future success of Serbia. There are so many art galleries, exhibition spaces, and bookshops. And, you know, together with my friend and art curator, Hans-Ulrich, where are you? Obrist, Hans-Ulrich Obrist. And late philosopher Benjamin, I believe that artists are the seismographs of societal change. From the Renaissance on, through our days, you can see this phenomenon. Leonardo da Vinci changed everything: perspective, alchemy, medicine, in the Renaissance. And today, we really have to focus and to watch what artists are doing, because they are on the edge of change. So the fact that artists like Yoko Ono, Olafur Eliasson, Helen Martin, or Ian Zheng, all DLD friends and former speakers, by the way, showed their week at the Belgrade Biennale this year, came as no surprise to me. So when the Prime Minister suggested we host a DLD in Belgrade to share the vivid, awakening spirit with the international DLD community, I did not think twice. Once again, I'm pleased to welcome you all here. I invite you to take the opportunity to break out of your own filter bubbles with us today to make the most out of meeting new people from different backgrounds, new friends. Talk to each other, talk to your neighbors. Talk to Branko, please. But you know each other already. I recommend you talk to a stranger every 5 minutes and find out what you can do together or for each other in the future. We are all here to make business, to connect, to make new friends, to get new perspectives, to get new patterns, to have a new vision of the world. I'm not sure if I can fulfill this, but let's have a try. So just do it. Last but not least, I want to thank our DLD partners who are helping us to realize this event today with their contributions and also with their content. Make sure you connect with them if you have any questions. Kerstin Helligenstetter of Mercedes and Alice Tepfenhardt of Burda Digital. By the way, DLD is a company owned by Burda Media. Who of you have heard about Burda sewing patterns? Sewing patterns, you know, this is where we came from. And now it's digital patterns, from sewing patterns to digital patterns. But I also want to thank the amazing team of the Prime Minister's office, without whom this event wouldn't be possible. Thank you, Anna Ilic and Bojana Simonovic, on behalf of your colleagues. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to work with you. And now I have the pleasure and the honor welcoming to the DLD Belgrade stage our wonderful host, the Serbian Prime Minister, Ana Brnabić. She is the head of the Serbian government and the Chief Information Officer of Serbia and has inspired me and to this DLD event with her vision and enthusiasm for the digital future. Dear Prime Minister, dear Anna, the stage is yours. I look forward to your lecture.
So now I'm going to be speaking in the next 3 hours about digitalization in Serbia, as I tend to do sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, I'll be speaking in English because it's basically a DLD event. I thank you so much for hosting it in Serbia and because of our guests from abroad. It is my real pleasure to welcome you today at the Digital Life Design. And I have to quote The Economist, one of the most influential magazines across the globe. DLD is one of the 2 most important innovation conferences in Europe. And I think that says enough about really Serbia taking the stage and us, all of us here together, promoting all the creativity and innovation and talent and knowledge that we have in Serbia. To have DLD in Serbia as one of the 2 most important innovation conferences in Europe means truly a lot, and I cannot thank you enough for your time and interest in our country, in our companies, in our research institutes, civil society organizations, and for working with us as the government. Earlier this year, I think it was January, I was exceptionally proud to talk about Serbia at DLD's conference in Munich. And only 9 months later, it gives me even greater pleasure to welcome DLD supporters, speakers, panelists, and participants to Serbia for this first DLD Salon in Belgrade. I think digital life and design, as Steffi told you, explores how this digital age can fundamentally change our lives, societies, and businesses. It is an interdisciplinary platform for people who are, in fact, changing the world. And it is a hub to launch new concepts, a place to connect different ideas, and inspire through outstanding role models. I'm personally, as you know, a great supporter of this kind of knowledge-based events, because they provide us with the opportunity to share information and build relationships, which is imperative for any competitive nation. And next year, 2019, Serbia will host another fantastic event that we are working currently on, the World Minds Conference, which is where, in fact, I've met Steffi for the first time, and I know she'll come back to Belgrade to attend the World Minds Conference in May 2019. The World Minds Conference will be another meeting of great minds and innovators, Nobel Prize winners, people thinking above and beyond boundaries of what we consider to be reality, people who can change the world for the better and actually do it bit by bit every day. They will be here in Serbia so that Serbia can join that community as well, because I believe Serbia has the talent to change the world. To put it very simply, and I've said this for the 100th time probably, creativity, innovation, inventiveness, ingenuity are crucial for Serbia's development. And by enabling us to host the DLD Salon in Serbia, you help us promote Serbian talent and innovators, empower and give credit to our companies, our institutes, our academia, our artists, civil society organizations, and all those who are helping push Serbia forward. And you help us network with some of the world's best and brightest people. And I thank you for that. Creativity cannot be outsourced, and creativity cannot be automated. It's not part of the race to the bottom for cheap labor and services that often affects developing nations. Digital and creative industries allow us to bypass all the old legacy issues of outdated infrastructure and outdated policies, and allow us to compete globally at the highest level. And what we are trying to do is not to upgrade Serbia. We are trying to totally reinvent Serbia. It is therefore incredibly important that we take every opportunity we can to learn from the best and to share our own excellence as we do today. I truly believe that creativity, innovation, and ingenuity are all fundamental elements of Serbian DNA. In fact, you'll see around the room and today on the program, the new Serbia creates identity. Serbia creates ideas, Serbia creates technology, Serbia creates art, Serbia creates talent, knowledge, experiences, and so much more, as you will see today and in the months and years ahead of us. As the Prime Minister, I'm 100% committed to support education, culture and creativity, science, research and development, innovation, technology, and creative sector in Serbia. We've started reforming our education to make it more contemporary, more fun, more focused on analytical reasoning and problem solving, and in general more focused on teaching our kids how to think and not what to think. And I'll use this opportunity to quickly go through my own top 10 things we've changed since the Parliament voted to support our vision of Serbia some 15 months ago. 1, we've introduced IT and programming as mandatory subject in the primary schools. And today, kids that are 10 or 11 years old in Serbia learn Scratch and Python in schools. 2, we've provided internet access to all the primary schools in Serbia, and we will invest at least 10 million euros in 2019 into high-speed internet access for schools in 2019. 3, from significant support from the private sector, the companies, we've made sure that all primary schools in Serbia have at least the basic IT equipment and the teachers are well equipped and trained to deliver these subjects to their pupils. And I'd especially like to thank Petra Foundation for their support, as well as to all those gathered around Digital Serbia initiative and corporations which donated computers, monitors, laptops, LCDs, and smart boards to schools. 4, as of this school year, we've piloted digital textbooks in 2,000 classes in primary schools in Serbia. The feedback that we are getting thus far is fantastic, and we will continue to invest into fully digital textbooks in 2019 because they do make learning process more interactive. They help teachers learn children how to think, how to analytically think. And what's most important, I think they then know how to apply the knowledge that they've learned in schools. 5, we've increased the number of specialized IT classes in high schools by almost 5 times, and we will continue working on this. Again, a huge thanks to Digital Serbia Initiative for all the support. 6, we've increased capacities of tech faculties so that they can enroll 20% more students than 2 years ago. And by investing in new and improved infrastructure, we are hoping to increase this even further. 7, we have already allocated approximately 100 million euros just and solely for infrastructure investments to enable better environment for startups, innovative companies, and research and development. 3 days ago, I was in Novi Sad to see how the works on the building of the new Science and Technology Park in Novi Sad progresses, and I was so happy to see that we are over 50% done, and that by October next year, we will actually open the Science and Technology Park in Novi Sad, which will have 29,000 square meters. I've also visited the site where we will build the state-of-the-art building for Bioscience Institute, which will be the European Center for Excellence in Digital Agriculture. And it will be here in Serbia, in Novi Sad. And we will start construction by the end of 2019. In less than a month, I will be in Niš to set the foundation stone for the Science and Technology Park in Niš. In 2019, we will start construction of a lab of the electronics faculty in Niš, the new building for Faculty of Organizational Sciences in Belgrade, series of startup centers across Serbia, from Subotica up north, through Čačak in the center, to Pirot in the east. And I thank our NGO, Started, for all their knowledge and experiences that they share with us to make this a success. And there will be many more. Institute of Physics, Vinča Institute of Nuclear Research, expansion of Science and Tech Park in Belgrade, and similar. 8, we have started financing retrainings so that people who are not tech savvy but want to learn and try to change their lives can actually get funding from the government to try and join as junior programmers in this digital revolution that we see. 9, we are setting the base for fully electronic e-government, and it's a whole lot of effort, and I know that sometimes we're slow, but we are just setting up the basis for this. But this is our response to the questions, to the challenges of how do you make the government that is more transparent, more efficient, and which actually fights the corruption. And to me, this all is e-government. So in the past 15 months, we've passed the 2 most important laws, law on e-government and law on e-businesses. We are also building the registers, citizens registry, addresses registry, and actually trying to systematically introduce e-government as completely the new way that the government in Serbia functions and treats its citizens and its businesses. And finally, and 10, we are changing tax policies in Serbia to support innovation, research and development, and education. And as of the 1st of January, if the Parliament approves, and we will send it soon to the Parliament, we will have deduction on profit on tax for those companies that are investing in research and development in Serbia and that are producing the IP, the intellectual property, in Serbia. And I think this will actually be perhaps even the most important signal that we are going from intensive labor-driven investments into the innovation-driven investments and knowledge-based economy. And these are some of the things that my government has pushed for, but I wouldn't be honest if I don't say that all of this absolutely would not be possible if there wasn't for our partners, people and companies, organizations such as Digital Serbia Initiative, Branko from Nordeus, Dragan from Microsoft Development Center, Biosas Institute, and Vesna, Zoya and Vukashin from Startit, the entire Startit team, Foundation Petlja, Igor from Seven Bridges, and many, many more people who believe that Serbia can change and become one of the leaders of the Industry 4.0. Also, my Council for Creative Industries, the 17 fantastic people who are donating their knowledge, their experiences, their time to help us to change Serbia. And all of these people are very critical sometimes of the government, as you should be. But they're not afraid to be there and help us do things better. And no government can do it by itself. We need help. We need people who know better. We need you to criticize us as well, because we need to be more efficient and faster and sometimes more proactive. And this is what we are trying to do, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you. I want to thank once again particularly Steffi, who saw and immediately recognized the potential of this new modern Serbia, vibrant, multicultural nation at the crossroad of East and West, characterized by a driven, tech-focused and energized spirit. And with her permission, I will quote, although she said this, one of the emails she sent to us when we started planning for this event in Belgrade and after her first ever visit to Serbia. And she said, "I'm still blown away about our 28 hours trip to your wonderful country. What a treat, so inspirational and mind-opening. Thank you for introducing us to such a great group of interesting, smart, and super nice people." She wasn't referring to the government, she was referring to you. My job is really only to promote you, so. In the atmosphere and forward spirit of the companies we saw in Belgrade and Novi Sad, I again found this special founders drive I once felt in Palo Alto and Mountain View. So I'm very much looking forward to our next steps in bringing Digital Serbia closer to the DLD community and planning DLD in Serbia. And actually, this is exactly what I think of Serbia, so I thank you very much for recognizing this. I'm also, at the end, I have to thank also Kerstin, head of the She Mercedes, for all of their support and recognition of Serbia. Thank you very much to supporting DLD in Serbia and everyone else who supported this extremely important event. I have to say I'm happy that this is hosted by the National Museum of Serbia, that we reopened just 4 months ago. I invite all of you to, after the conference, look around at historical artifacts, heritage and art that we are very, very proud of, which is also part of European heritage, so it's also part of your heritage as well. Again, welcome to Serbia. Thank you very much. Dobrodošli u Srbiju. Hvala vam mnogo and have a wonderful time here. Thank you.